Hey everyone, it's Shell here. For those of you that don't know, I'm chronically ill and immunocompromised. Uh, I've got rheumatoid arthritis and Sjogren's disease, which are both autoimmune conditions, and I take 2 immunosuppressants for these diseases that both suppress my immune system and my ability to fight infection. Just here in the United States, in 2018, there was somewhere between 133 million and 157 million Americans that suffer with a chronic illness, and 81 million Americans that, like me, have 2 conditions or more. So I started self-isolating as much as I could at home a few weeks ago, because I've been following the outbreak since it began in January. And now that it's here, and particularly where I'm at on the West Coast, in between California and Washington State, where the outbreaks, surges are already starting to begin, and watching what's happening in New York State, on the East Coast, in New Jersey, I've come to realize that, life as we know it for everybody that's in this high risk category, which also includes seniors 65 and older, and I believe there was roughly 81 million 65 or older in 2018. So for all of us, especially immunocompromised folks and those of advanced age that are at such great risk of this disease, and because of the fact that it's so incredibly contagious, and because of the fact that there's so many people that are getting it that are completely asymptomatic, that they don't get a cough, they don't get the headache, they don't get the sore throat. Senator Rand Paul of Kentucky just became the first U.S. senator today to test positive for COVID-19, and he doesn't have any symptoms. So people like me are looking at spending the next 12 to 14 months at the earliest, while they try and come up with a vaccine and get it tested. For the next 12 to 14 months at minimum, people like me are looking at home confinement and only being able to go to the doctors, and even that runs a risk. So where hopefully life will start returning to some semblance of normalcy for a lot of the country in hopefully in a few months, after the numbers really start to decline and some of these social distancing measures can be relaxed. The fact that they're predicting another surge in the fall and winter means that there won't be any break in home confinement for people like me and all the other people out there who don't have the immune systems or the ability to fight this virus. Both my boys are staying elsewhere. My oldest moved into his first place a couple of weeks ago, and the youngest is staying with his girlfriend, both of them, so they can reduce the exposure risk to me. So I can't see my kids, and I can't touch my kids. And I see so many people online complaining about the fact that, they can't go get their nails done, or they can't, go hang out at their favorite bar. Like, just take a minute and really try and educate yourselves about why these social distancing measures are so important right now. Because there's a lot of lives at stake here, and so many families have already been upended from an economic perspective, and it's a lot, and we're all going through this together. And I think it's important to try to put a face to the people in the high-risk category for coronavirus, so that, everybody can understand that there's a real human cost to ignoring these stay-at-home orders and going and partying it up on the beach, or getting together with 30 or 40 of your friends at somebody's house. I would love to be doing all of those things too, and my nails are disgusting and I desperately need a manicure, but I value my life more, and I value the life of my neighbor who's 85, and I value the life of my little brother that's in home hospice in Texas, and my mom who's his caretaker, and she's in her 70s. I think that we all need to step outside ourselves and really start taking this situation super seriously, because nothing like this has ever happened in our lives, or our parents' lives, or their parents' lives. And I know that the world as we know it is going to look a lot different when this is over. How different it's going to look is going to depend 100% on the decisions that we all make in the weeks and months to come. So I'll get off my my soapbox, and for anyone watching this that's chronically ill and immunocompromised, or older, I know everybody is scared, and I know that those of us that feel so vulnerable right now, that we're all really scared too. So just know that you're not alone, and we're all going through this together. We're all home together in more and more of the world every day. So try to maintain as much human connection as you can. And as somebody that has already spent many years homesick, more than not, I can tell you that your ability to maintain that human connection can make all the difference during a prolonged period of isolation, because it's that lack of human interaction that really starts to break you after a while. So, stay in touch with friends and family online, video chat with each other, and if you've got somebody in your family that's older or chronically ill, and reach out and check on them, and just let them know that they're not alone and that people are thinking about them, even if you can't go over there and pile up on a couch and watch a bad movie together right now. Have one of those silly Netflix watch parties together. Just anything to remind each other that we're not alone, and sometimes that can make all the difference between making it from one day to the next, when this whole situation just feels really overwhelming right now and impossible. So much love to you all. Be safe. Be good to each other. And we'll all get through this together, hopefully. Talk to y'all soon. Bye.